Hi teachers, it's Kristen Gann here. I wanted to wish you happy Arts, Audio, Video, Technology Communications Month. And on behalf of AAVTC Month, I wanted to introduce you also to Anna Stanley. She is the Publication Specialist for the Graphic Arts Department for Lamar CISD. Today, we are going to go through a series of questions that I came up with to ask her because I wanted to take you through a day in the life of her job. Then we're going to take a tour of the Graphic Arts Department. All right, let's get ready. Okay, Anna, can you tell us about your journey into graphic design? What inspired you to pursue this field?
I always enjoyed doing art and doodling, writing cursive and hand lettering, and making pretty things. And so a friend of mine mentioned that graphic design might be an avenue I may want to look into. And once I did, it was definitely the career path that I was interested in and I wanted to pursue.
Awesome. What kind of education or training did you have to complete in order to become a graphic designer?
I attended Lamar University in Beaumont, Texas, where I earned a bachelor's in graphic design and then got my minor in communications with an emphasis in advertising.
Were there any internships or mentors or any earlier experiences that helped shape your career?
It is cheesy, but my mom is definitely an inspiration. She really encouraged me by introducing a lot of art and things into our lives at a young age. She also emphasized the importance of learning how to write and write clearly, and so that was something that I always was drawn to, was typography and different things like that. Sorry. I like blank in the middle of it. Can you start over? I'm sorry, hold on. Okay. I didn't have any internships, but I was very fortunate to have many career opportunities before beginning my career here at Lamar CISD that helped create the career and, hold on, sorry JT. Okay. I did not have any internships, but there were several career opportunities that I had that shaped my experience and like, it's Maria.
Is that her?
No, it's Maria. Okay, hold on one second. Okay. Sorry, I'm so nervous. Y'all are just staring at me. Okay. I know, I'm sorry. Technically you are.
Yes, I am.
Okay. I didn't have internships, but I did have career opportunities prior to this position that helped form my abilities and that I still bring in today. I was a teacher in A-Leaf for 2 years. I worked to design branding promotional items for several small businesses, and I still am able to use those skills from those experiences today.
Very cool. Okay, so what does a typical day look like for you at LCISD Graphic Design Department?
A typical day begins with creating a to-do list and trying to figure out what is a high priority for me and what could also be done quickly. Some days I also create, I'm sorry, hold on. I'll tell you later, Maria. Okay, sorry. It's gonna be like every single
Some
one.
days my phone rings off the hook. You can totally say that.
Okay. A typical day begins with doing to-do lists and trying to prioritize what is the most important job or priority that we have that needs to come out as soon as possible, because we are talking to the community and a lot of our things do have quick turnarounds. I'm also troubleshooting with different campuses as far as using Canva and different resources that they may have. Obviously designing things and also being on the phone and working with different departments, having meetings, and being able to accomplish what they're wanting to get out there to the students and the community.
Oh wow, that's a lot. What kind of projects do you work on most often?
I often work on projects that are associated with the communications, community relations, and LEAF departments. A lot of them are dedications, like Golf for Greatness, the convocation, different large events like that that impact our staff and our community.
Okay. How do you collaborate with the other departments or teams in the district?
A lot of times I set up meetings with them and maybe create concepts prior to the meeting itself so that we have something to go off of. We also, I like to do a lot of planning whenever I already know like where their starting point is. So I may plan to kind of hold on, let me start over. Sorry. Okay. I like to meet with various departments and see how my expertise can help with their needs. And maybe that's by creating concepts prior to the event or to the meeting and being able to give them some ideas that they can go off of.
What software or tools do you regularly use in your work?
I use Adobe Creative Suite, which is what most professional graphic designers use. I also use Canva, Procreate, are kind of like the main ones. We also use tablets here that are connected to our computers that we also can use.
Oh, wow. Okay, awesome. And what are the most important skills you think a graphic designer should have in today's graphic design world?
I think graphic designers, specifically in this career path, but just in general, patience and customer service are probably, to me, the most important because you are working with other people and we are a customer service geared department. Being intentional and thoughtful about your designs, not just throw something together, create something that means something and that other people can resonate with. Understanding the basics of art and design and allow yourself to not become complacent, continue to learn new skills.
How do you stay current with design trends and technology?
A lot of times I'll find things on social media like Instagram, TikTok. I'll also go into Pinterest, and I've also recently discovered Cosmos, which is another really good source that you can use.
Okay. Can you walk us through your creative process when starting a new design project?
Sure. So usually after the meeting, I will sit down and I like to handwrite out everything that we maybe talked about, as well as kind of creating concepts. I'll do a concept web to try to come up with some different ideas, and then I'll also do research. So if there's any keywords or key things that I think that could be helpful with the design process or just representing what the client is asking, I'll do research on see like what something symbolizes. Then I'll also look into color theory and different types of colors that are that also represent that, and maybe I'll also get with other designers and see how I can use their point of views, and we're just people who don't design and maybe kind of see how they see the world as well.
That's awesome. How do you handle creative blocks or challenges in your work?
A lot of times I like to call on someone who maybe has more experience than I do, or talk with a friend just to kind of get my mind off of that block, and then I can come back and revisit.
Yeah, I like a reset. Do you have a favorite project that you've worked on in the district, and what made it special?
I have several. I really am proud. I think one of my most proud projects is the Volunteer of the Year project that I did 2 years ago. I was still in communications and community relations as an admin, and I was asked by our team to brand it all and do it all. And so I was able to design a full book and all of the print items that they needed, as well as the digital slides and things that went along with the campaign. And I was really proud of it. And it let me I think it helps me in this position now. Also, being able to design the potential new district logo is something I'm very proud of. It means a lot to me because I'd never expected to be able to design something like that or be even thought of to design something like that. So it makes me very proud, and it lets me be able to represent the community and our staff.
Yeah. Okay, so what advice would you give to students interested in graphic design or visual communications?
I think it is a growing field. I think it's definitely wonderful to be able to jump in there. There are a lot of people that are doing it, so being able to find your niche and like what you can excel at to make yourself different, I think that's really important. I think also giving yourself grace, because it is a very high populated sector in the career field. Allow criticism and allow people to say, I don't like what you're doing, and learn how to say, okay, how can I make it better? Be willing to change and be flexible. Obviously, your customer service and interpersonal skills are a huge item that plays a part, because that's how you're going to have people trust you. And I think if you can have those things down and then understanding your basics, there's nothing you can't accomplish.
Are there any school activities or classes that helped you prepare for this career when you were in high school?
I was in journalism for a semester, and I loved it. It really helped me kind of get a background of understanding print and digital media, as well as learning how to network with others. And I think also being in other various groups throughout my school years, being able to network helped me understand different types of people and different types of activities and things.
What do you love most about your job currently, and what keeps you motivated?
I absolutely love my team. I love being in this department. I love being able to be trusted and know that like what I'm doing is it's my work. I'm not copying someone else. I'm doing it, and I love that I have the freedom to do that. I also feel like what inspires me are, of course, my family, my faith, and just my team that supports me. I don't want to let them down, and I want to keep my work ethic strong.
I love that. Okay, so what does cross-department collaboration look like in your role, especially when working with curriculum, technology, or administration teams?
A lot of times they will reach out directly to myself or my manager, but I've been able to cultivate relationships with them, so usually they'll just reach out to me. We're currently actually developing a program to help with designing requests for our teams, because there's only 2 of us.
Yeah.
And so being able to have a forum will be able to help us prioritize better and see what the needs are, also help with our printing department. And so I think being able to work with different departments, it helps us to be able to be better and be able to offer more needs to different departments.
Yeah, that'll help a lot. How do you prioritize and manage multiple design projects with competing deadlines? And are there tools or systems you rely on? You kind of mentioned the form.
Yes, the form for sure. The to-do list is my best friend. I love being able to write down everything I need to do and then go back and prioritize like what the most important thing is. I also like to break down my jobs. So if I have an entire campaign, I like to see where in the campaign I can get into. So it might be designing a poster or social media graphic, and it kind of helps get the jump start on that.
What steps do you take to ensure brand consistency across district materials, especially when working with various stakeholders?
I am very big on being brand conscious, and we're currently also working on a form with the Director of Communications to create a new logo request form for the district. But being able to keep the brand consistent and strong is just consistency itself. Keeping it available for people who don't understand, not being afraid to say, hey, you're not using the this logo properly or these colors properly, let me help you, and creating a trust within other departments. I think that helps with keeping the brand strong, not only physically and visually, but also within the departments.
How do you incorporate accessibility standards into your design work for school communications?
A lot of times I like to think of who our audience is. Is it children? Is it families? Is it taxpayers? Also, is it going to be needed? Is the content going to need to be translated? And a lot of times we work with different departments like communications and things to be able to help us with that. But not only by the verbiage, but the design, I like to try and make it simple and keep it clean so it doesn't interfere with the actual message.
What professional development opportunities have been most valuable to you in staying current with design trends and tools?
I haven't taken too many professional development opportunities here in the district. They're just really are difficult for graphic design, the graphic designers in general, but a lot of YouTube and TikTok actually and Skillshare are really good resources when wanting to develop new skills.
What are some unique challenges you face designing for an educational environment, and how do you overcome them?
I think going back to being intentional is one of the most important things, and being able to understand who your audience is, because we are reaching out to taxpayers and people of the community and even people who aren't in our community. So we need to be able to be intentional in that way. Also remembering our various demographics that we have and cultures that are within our district. I think that's really important. And honoring just the need for communication and not just making things pretty.
All right, and then the last question is, where do you see the role of graphic design evolving in K through 12 education over the next few years?
I think Canva is definitely going to play a huge part because it's more accessible not only to the staff but also to our students. But I do think there is a need for having graphic designers within especially a district like ours, where we have so many campaigns and so many things that need to be intentional and that need to go out. And so I think it is important for us to have that here in the district.
All right. Well, I thank you so much for sitting down with me today and answering these questions. And now I can't wait to show the audience what it looks like to work in graphic arts.
Awesome. So this is one of our large format printers that we have here. We have two large format printers, and we have printed everything from the decals you got at Convocation to posters that you see throughout the district. So anytime someone orders a yard sign or a poster or a mouse pad, they're all done.
Like all those bond signs?
All the bond signs are all done here. And it is a process, so it takes quite a while, but our team is awesome. We also have, this is also another large format printer, and it does all of our banners. So any pop-up banner you see, anything like that, it's done on this large printer. But I do believe we're getting a new one coming up this year, so that will be exciting to learn a whole new program. And then this is our prep area, where you can see all of the things that we do right now. They're working on yard signs. They'll be cutting those. These are for decals. And then all of our pop-up banners and things get cut right here at this station. So we're able to really, everything is hands-on with our print team. And so it's really fun to get to
be a part of that.
to get to see all the things that people do. And then once their orders are completed, they get set here, and then our amazing mail and warehouse team will have them shipped out to everybody in the district.
Wow.
So we also do all of the bookbinding that is ordered through Digital Storefront, and these are all binded by hand. So one of our amazing staff members, she does all of the books. So It's really neat. Whenever you get anything that's plastic wrapped, we wrap it here. And Sundays, the whole counter is filled with orders and all that amazing stuff. But it seems like a small portion, but that's kind of a large part of what we do because we have everything shipped and ready to go. And then if you order notepads or things that have to be padded, this is how our team does it. They pad them all. They have them all stacked, but then they pad them all together. Everything is done by hand over here. So
Oh, wow.
it's really neat. Yeah, and then they'll just cut it in the middle.
Like all the glue and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then here's some more pads if you want to see, like, they have these. I think we're getting a new process, but this is how they do it. And it's pretty cool.